Hi ladies, it's Vicky. Me love Bono. I'm here to share a couple of layouts with you. For you. Oh well, whatever, you know what I mean. Okay, this is a 12 by 12, the background paper. What is it? The background paper is My Mind's Eye, Miss Caroline. I think it is the bright side. As is this, as is this. I know this for sure. They are all My Mind's Eye, this, that, and this. All the Miss Caroline collection. But if you guys remember, when they came out with that Miss Caroline collection, they had like 5 different categories, and I forget what is what. But if you look, if you really like this paper and you really want it, if you look up My Mind's Eye Miss Caroline collection, you'll find it. This right here, I used my EK Success punch to punch that out. This is red, you know that lace, that trim you can find, and it's connected across the top, but it kind of skirts down at the bottom and it's tulle. That's what that is. And I think I picked that up at Laura's Vintage Garden on Etsy. And I've been pretty happy with Laura's Vintage Garden. She has some nice lace, trim, ribbon, that sort of thing. And up here you will see my first stick pins. Thank you, Terry, who is One Crafty Cookie. Thank you, Laura, who is Laura Loves Lace Now. Thank you, Shauna, who sent me this lovely rack. It was a figure form with oodles of stick pins on it. Oh, those came in handy. So thank you, gals, for doing the tutorials to show me how to do stick pins, telling me where to buy them, and even sending me some. I don't know why I was so weirded out and apprehensive about making a stick pin. It was very easy and a lot of fun, and I'll zoom in on that in a minute. Hey, did you guys notice that Wanda is missing? I can't find her nowhere. Now, I know she's around here somewhere, but I think I might have put her in a drawer because she's not in my little carousel. She better not have ran away. I will put an all points bulletin out on Wanda. But I have her brother here today, Walter. So anyway, Walter can do the job. Behind this is a Martha Stewart adhesive-backed doily. These alphabets are from Alpha Beans by Jilly Bean, and it's the gray. I backed my 4x6 picture on black cardstock. This little key is from Michael's. It's a recollection packet. This beautiful brad here is Melody Ross. And listen, Joanne Fabrics is selling Melody Ross now, and I really like that. The little clocks are Prima. They're wood. This I used Martha Stewart's punch with the 3 butterflies. This trim here I picked up at 2 Peas in a Bucket. There's burlap behind the trim, and I think that tells you where everything's from. Let's zoom in. Here's my little stick pins. I love them. See, it reads, Best Friends at the Bed and Breakfast. That's myself on the left and my friend Jill on the right. that little doily is Martha Stewart as well, and I'm going to put our names on that doily with some little sticky alphabets and probably the year. The ink that I used there, I will show you in a minute. I felt like it just matched perfectly. And this is the ink pad that I use, Studio G. I really like this stuff. It was the perfect color for the layout, and it does a good job. They're very juicy. I like a juicy ink. And here is another 12 by 12 layout. Most of you who watch my channel, you know I'm doing an album on house and home, and I'm just putting appliances, the houses, inside and out into this album. And this will go into that album. My husband thinks I'm crazy, but I actually took a picture of our coffee maker. I already shared that layout, and our mixer. Well, my mixer. I wanted a KitchenAid mixer for as long as I can remember, but they were always so expensive. I'm talking $250 to $300. Well, about 2008 is what I think it was. So what, about 9, 10, 11, 12, about 4 years ago on Christmas, my husband and son actually went in together and bought me a KitchenAid mixer. Oh my gosh, that motor is the super motor. I love it. And I do a lot of Christmas cookies, and it just makes the whole Christmas cookie thing so much easier. I'm going to tell you something. I wish I would have just broke down, spent the money 20 years ago for a KitchenAid mixer. It is well worth it. And now about the layout. Cardstock on the back is white Basil Avalanche. Across the top is, let me see here. These, like the script, that is Webster's Storyteller alphabet stickies. These are Lily Bean stickies, alphabets. Is that washi tape? Yeah, this is washi tape from Pretty Tape on Etsy. This is just a little scrap I had laying around. This is from the Cosmo Cricut T for 2 collection. Couple of those sticky pins, stick pins, black cardstock, Modern Homemaker, all of this, Modern Homemaker, this washi tape. This comes from this little die cut, and this one comes from the Modern Homemaker collection. And this little trim, I probably picked it up at Laura's Vintage Lace. I was talking about before. Anyway, that's the layout. Pretty easy to do. Let's zoom in. And it reads, One Mean Machine. KitchenAid mixer. Established 2008. And you'll notice the color is kind of strong on my photograph. I did that in Picasa 3 photo editing software, which is free. I drew a line around the outside. What did I ever do before drawing lines on the outside of things? And that's all due to Tracy, who is Mercy Tierra. I am so old that I actually remember clocks that look like that kitty there. You'll see I just layered some of the paper from the collection, drew lines around it, and away you go. This is a pretty easy layout once I figured out what I was going to do. Once again, if you watch my channel, you may notice this. I made this part of this layout for the 1-year anniversary of the YouTube layout hop. We had to do something special for the anniversary, and you'll find that video if you care to back around May. And I had these little popsicle sticks with pictures of the girls who run the hop, and this was their stage. Well, I couldn't just throw it away, so I finally found a use for this. Once again, this will go into my house and home album, and you'll see what I did is just pleated a 12 by 12 piece of paper. I cut it in half. I put it on my Martha Stewart scoreboard, and about every third of an inch, I drew a line. You know, I used my little, gosh, if only I could remember words once I'm on film. I used my bone cutter, my bone thing, to run lines down. I pleated it back and forth, and then just glued it down on this coordination cardstock. Across the top, I just made a scallop, and this was supposed to stick out a little bit like an awning, but you know, it's going to get smashed anyway. It's already starting to get smashed. And then I just glued it heavily with hot glue across the top. I put a little ribbon here, and it kind of looks like a curtain or a stage. If you have maybe daughters who do dance recitals, or a boy who's doing a speech at school, I think this would be perfect for that. But for me, I finally found a use. This is what I see right now, sitting here in my family room on my couch. This family room is where you'll find me. If I'm not in the kitchen or the bathroom, I'm probably here. I spend a lot of time in here. I have my TV, my phone, my computer. You know, my son lives here. You know, if you watch my videos, you know about my son. He's 29, and my husband. And I'll tell you what, you know, we're a close-knit family. Or so I think. Maybe they don't think so, but we also like our private time. So my son actually has the front part of the house, which is like the living room and the dining room area. There's a dining room table in there, but you know, that's toward the front of the house. I'm toward the back. The kitchen separates us. My husband has his man cave downstairs in the it's a very, very refinished basement. And listen, we all come in, say hi, how you doing, love you, and then we split 3 ways. You know, we all go in our little rooms, and my husband and I don't argue over the TV, and my son doesn't get on my nerves any more than he already does, and we all have our own space. So we're blessed to have a house big enough where we can do that, and this is my room. Believe me, it is my sanctuary. Anyway, I titled it A Room with a View. These little stickers are from Webster's Storytellers. I put the address down here, and I just covered it up because I don't want you guys popping in unannounced. I don't care if you drop by, but just, number 1, don't show up empty-handed, and number 2, don't show up unannounced. And don't be insulted because I tell everybody that. Just call before you drop by. Not that they do. Anyway, really, this took some time, but to put this layout together, no time at all. It probably isn't going to win any rewards, but it's something different and unique. And there's my shabby, tacky fan. I can't help it. I love fresh air. And so when I can open the door and turn the fan on, either pulling air in or out, that is a good day to me. And guys, that paper I used is from an old paper stack. I think it's like the best of K and Company or the best of Brenda Walton. And last but not least, this picture is, I think it must be my first birthday. I look about a year old here. I would say 2 years old tops. But this is, gosh, from 1961 or 62, these pictures are. Now, I actually took the original photos and scanned them using my Kodak ESP 2170 all-in-one printer, copier, scanner thing. I am probably going to do a review on that printer because I've got mixed emotions about it. If someone said, would you recommend that printer? As of right now, I would say no. I only paid about $100 for it. I don't print my photographs at home. I just don't like how they turn out. I am worried they are not going to last long. I used to print my photos at home, and I noticed after 2 or 3 years, the colors had faded. They had taken on different colored cast. And so now I get my pictures developed most of the time at Walgreens.com. One thing I do miss about printing my own pictures is being able to really alter the size, like being able to print out a 5x5 photo or a 10x10. I really miss that, and I would love to have a 12x12 printer. I saw one on HSN one time. They were having a scrapbooking fair for like $200, and I wish I would have bought that stupid thing, but I didn't, and I've never found one that cheap since. Anyway, these I scanned and tried to clean them up a little bit, but they were from very old photographs, and they don't look half bad. Everything used on here is October afternoon Cakewalk collection. And you can see I took that one, I think it's called Sugar Cookies, and like cut it out. I even cut out these little zigzags along the zigzag up here, and then I ended up covering up over half of it. That's 10-15 minutes I'll never get back from my life. But anyway, I put the whole thing together. This is from their sticker collection. I did punch these out using that Cloud Punch by Fiskars. Once everything was laid down on the paper and adhered, it just looked funny. So guess what I did? I outlined everything, and I think it made a world of difference. I just said it. What would I do without the idea of outlining? I'm not saying that Tracy Mercy Tierra created the whole concept or has a copyright trademark on outlining. I know she's not the first person in the world to do it. There's been many a times I've looked at a layout and thought about outlining, but then I thought, no, that wouldn't be very professional. That wouldn't be the right thing to do. Thank heavens for someone like Mercy Tierra. Thank heavens for YouTube, so I could find you guys who do color outside the lines, because it's a great idea. You know what I learned from that whole thing is go on and try it. If something passes through your mind, if you're looking at your layout thinking, should I outline this? Go on and do it. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to throw away a dollar piece of paper, and that's my 2 cents. I'm so glad that I tried outlining, and I'm even gladder that Tracy did it first so we could look at it and say, oh my gosh, that looks so good. Anyway, it's all October afternoon. Cakewalk. What more is there to tell you? Let me zoom in. I'm so glad I have these pictures from when I was a little girl. It was a lot harder to take pictures back then. We didn't have all the digital stuff that we have now. But I guess one thing that runs in our family is the love of photographs. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for commenting. I'm going to try to do some more layouts today. I have some free time, and if I do, I'll get them up here soon. Thanks, everyone. Big kisses to ya. Have a great day.